Let me start with the phrase from Mark Rothko. The most interesting painting is one that expresses more of what one thinks than of what one sees. Rothko, 1903, 1970. Mark Rothko was a prominent American artist. His parents immigrated to the United States in 1910. His family settled in Portland, Oregon, and since his childhood, he built a sense of bitterness by how he grew. After graduating from high school, he was awarded a scholarship to Yale University, but he was not happy with his environment. He left without graduating in 1923. Moving to New York City, he took odd jobs while taking classes at an art students league, which was the only training he obtained. His first jobs were only portraits, nude, and urban scenes. However, his style has shifted dramatically, and his artwork is exhibited in different museums worldwide. One of his most significant works is shown at the Los Angeles MoCA Museum. Extraordinary pieces with brilliant colors and cultural significance are the art that people can love or hate for their expressionism and emotions. It takes a few minutes to look at Rothko's pieces to feel contentment with his work. I was drawn to the medium-sized work from 1959, number 301, Red and Violet over Red. Its artistic connection between colors makes the piece emotionally indulgent. The cheerful colors give the piece of energy, love, passion, but can also influence rage, violence, fire, and blood. This ambivalence of feelings attracts the viewers to an endless sense of emotion and unsettling feelings. The violet color in the middle of the piece almost floats apart from the red blocks and the fusion of rich red, giving it an impression of isolation. Its lines, colors, and lights are some of the artist's most recognized features of talent. His work has graduation of colors and seamless transition from one color into the next, with blurry edges, making art as complete as possible. Rothko's work was pivotal contribution to the abstract expressionism style in America during the late 1940s and early 1950s. And his latest work embraces modern life. His color blocking is rampant in museums, giving bold statements for the walls. Nonetheless, we think of his work as something simple and an overnight spur of Rothko. However, it took him years to perfect a style in which he could express everything he wanted. After all, we have to ask ourselves, what was the thing that drove an artist, as skillful as he was, to find a style that looked so simple and remained to do it for the rest of his life? All it takes is a glimpse of his remarkable work to understand the complexity of colors abstractly and the relevance with the world around us. The second piece I'm discussing is the piece by the Chilean photographer Paz Errazuriz, born in Santiago, Chile in 1944. Errazuriz photographs depicts marginalized communities such as sex workers, psychiatric patients, and circus performers in the time of the dictator Augusto Pinochet in Chile. Her remarkable series La Manzana de Adán or Adam's Apple 1982-1989 is an exhibit at the Museum of Contemporary Art MoCA. With a series of photographs, Errazuriz tells the story of a group of male to female cross-dressers. The pictures portrays the individuals as they go about their lives, preparing for the night's work or resting in their domestic space. Her work illustrates the personalities of the transgender and transvestite community, thus documenting one of the most obscure and difficult times of Chile's recent political and sexual history under the brutal authoritarianism of Pinochet's regime. Therefore, Errazuriz used a series of photographs as a document for political disagreement and told each individual's story to the rest of the world. The photograph, for example, reveals their poverty and a way of living without any support from the government or any organization to help them live better lives. This kind of photography is interesting because Errazuriz took them as part of their social environment. She moved into their community, earning their trust and closeness, fixing their makeup, taking them dancing, relaxing on their bed, and even hanging out with their moms. In one of the interviews, she said that she wanted to be part of her life, not just an outsider. Some pictures are taken in colors to emphasize their makeup and transformation into a woman. The black and white images portray their suffering and struggles. However, these pictures were not exposed for 2 decades because gender nonconformity in people risk persecution under Chilean military dictatorships. Errazuri's work is incredibly culturally important because in their personal struggle, they demonstrate their refusal to conform or accept Pinochet's hostile political power. For instance, in this picture, we can see their gaze almost as if they feel lonely in the world, with shattered dreams, economic turmoil, and hiding from police brutality. As stated by Errazuriz, it was a difficult time for them. They were constantly hiding, running away from police, being jailed. They had to lead a completely secret life. I witnessed it all, she said, and through pictures, I perpetuate their rebellion, Errazuriz said, by defining Pinochet's regime to capture her country's marginalized community. Overall, it is paramount that Mark Rothko and past Errazuriz teaches how vulnerable we are. We can portray our feelings, emotions, thoughts with beautiful colors, to the point that we can see the tears come down our faces by watching the abstraction of them. But we can also cry at photographs of individuals suffering and hopeless in marginalized communities worldwide. Thank you.